Happy Sunday, everybody. This is Separate with the Backups Podcast, and I'm here with my buddy Tex.
Do you know how difficult it is to talk to you for 45 minutes before we even record, and I've got an unopened beer? It's like it's literally calling my name right now. I'm ready to pop this shit open. Are we going to do this thing or what?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the same thing I always drink. I'm drinking a sour because I'm a sourpuss.
You definitely
that was pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop it, baby.
Oh, dude, it even got on the mic.
Oh, see, that's some interaction. That's some podcaster to listener stuff right there. All right, I'm going back old school. Scofflaw Basement IPA, man. Oh, yes.
Cheers
to you.
Oh,
clink.
Whoa.
All right. We got a great show coming at you today. We're going to do a full episode. I hope you guys have been catching up and listening to our 32 and 32-ish podcast in which we do breakdowns of each NFL team. We talk about their 2017 season, some of their draft needs. The draft's coming up in 17 days. Oh, so excited. It's like Christmas is coming, really. And then we talk about we make guesses on what we think they're going to do next season. We started from the best to the worst. We're going from 30 to 1.
32 to 1.
Yeah, 32. Sorry. Make sure you guys check that out for sure. And today we got a great show. Tex, what are we talking about today?
Just so you guys have a heads up, we're going to be covering a little bit of the NBA playoffs. Touch on the Los Angeles Rams. Are they a super team? Talk about the Brandon Cooks trade. There's a guy on the West Coast right around LA in Anaheim. His name is Shohei Ohtani. Dude is ridiculous. He's a pitcher from Japan, throwing for the Angels. He has had a ridiculous start. Also going to touch on the Masters. Seb, did you go to the Masters this week or?
No, I think that was you. That was you.
Okay, yeah. So I went to the Masters and my life is forever changed. And then last, we're going to touch on the UFC fights from yesterday.
223. Yep.
Seb being an oracle. So let's do this shit, man.
Let's do this shit.
Ready, set, hold on tight, folks. We're bringing in the Backups. It's the Backups Podcast with your hosts, Seb and Professor Tex. Let's do this thing.
All right, listeners. Pop your beers, grab the ass of your favorite guy or gal, or yourself if you're a single sad person, and let's dive right into this shit, buddy. What's first? What are we talking about first?
Well, I want to talk about how long it took us to learn how to correctly pronounce Shohei Ohtani's name. Did you look it up on YouTube?
Yeah, I YouTubed the shit out of that for sure. I mean, I don't know if that makes me an ignorant American or what. I don't know off the top of my head how to, pronounce the Japanese names. I just don't. I mean, it's no offense to them. I just don't know it.
So I literally wrote out SHOWHEY for Shohei. And then Ohtani, OHTAHNY. That's ignorant, dude. That's ignorant.
Dude, you know what? I believe in you. It's all good. Yeah, this guy is I don't know. He's a phenom. I think is probably the best word for it. He's a big guy. He can hit home runs like it's nobody's business. He's a great batter. And at the same time, by the way, he is a great pitcher. He has a great splitter. He has an equally good slider. And he can throw the ball he has fastballs in the triple digits, you guys. Like, how long has it been since we've seen anything like that? I can't think of anyone. We see phenoms off and on occasionally, like Tex and I were talking about before, and he brought up, Bryce Harper and that kind of, that phenom coming out of high school that's just that fucking good.
Well, here's the other part of it. While he's not necessarily coming out of high school, I do think he is, upon first glance, he could be one of those generational people. You talk about like the Bryce Harpers, the Alex Rodriguez, the just freaks, right? And yeah. I think he's a pitcher first, batter second. But this guy is not young in terms of coming out of high school. I think we are
No, he's 23.
Yeah, he's 23 years old. He's 6'4", but he played in Japan, and so I mean, for people in America, I mean, we have our blinders on. We don't really look at anything outside of the States in terms of sports and whatnot. For baseball, when we have Major League
unless you're a
Baseball
soccer fan,
right? Exactly. So, but it's cool because he's finally over here. They had to pay a shitload of money in order to even have the rights to take him away from Japan, and we're what, like a week into the season, 2 weeks into the season, so there's still a ton of baseball to be played. But golly, this guy is really exciting to watch on an Angels team that outside of Trout and Pujols doesn't really have much to show for. So
Pujols.
Oh, good old Pujols.
Sounds like an anus.
No, but tell me this. Last night you sent me a text message. I need to talk, or sorry, what was it? I need to be more...
I need to have as much conviction in my UFC, not prophecies, but like my UFC beliefs, like the same I am when I make a judgment call in NFL.
And why did you send me that text message at 1 a.m.?
Well, number one is because they went that late. Even though, I mean, I think out of 13 original fights, they only had 9, because that kind of leads us into this past weekend. I was bummed out, dude. I mean, I was like, really, like, I get it. Look, in my mind, it was calculated by Conor, because in some way he did just because make no mistake, guys, Conor and Khabib are going to fight. That's the next fight that's coming up. And it did just make it Ireland versus Russia. And when you get the U.S. who's going to watch the fuck out of that fight because it's Conor McGregor, and then all of Ireland's going to watch it now, and then all of Russia's going to watch it now, it has the possibility of being the biggest UFC of all time. And he made that happen, or had a big hand in it with his antics this past weekend. What did he do, Tex?
He acted probably like every 14-year-old kid that just found out his girlfriend cheated on him and like went apeshit on the boyfriend, except he's not 14 years old and this isn't about a girl. He basically took his entire crew from Ireland on a private jet, flew 20 people to, where was he? New York?
Yeah, they were at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Yeah. And then decided to he timed this whole excursion perfectly. I think that's one of the things that's being overlooked. Like, there was a lot of things that had to go right, and every one of them went right that led Conor into the, I don't know, like the staging area where everybody was loaded, all the fighters were loaded onto a bus, and he just went rampage on the bus, like, threw shit through the window? I mean, what? Guy went crazy. So...
Yeah, he went absolutely nuts. And I think one of my favorite, and it was awful. Like, some people weren't able to fight because they got fucking glass in their face. And it's not just a small cut. There's a significant amount of blood in some situations. Somebody got glass shards in their eye. But I think my favorite thing was Karolina Kovacevic. I can never say her name. She is Kovacevic. Yeah, that's it. Nailed it. She's they asked her, they said, so, like, were you scared about, did it freak you out? Because she was on the bus, and she said, oh, no, I'm from Poland. Oh my. Like, that's a totally legit point. I thought from what it was gonna be, I thought it was a great situation. I thought they did what they could with it. God, Chris Grutzenmacher just destroyed Joe Lozon. Joe came out strong in the first, like he kind of tends to do, and then Joe's just been doing it for so long, man. I think he's in 20-something years right now in MMA and the UFC, and it's too much. And I think it's kind of getting towards the point where he needs to probably start thinking about other things, because it was hard. Like, props to him for still standing up and taking the damage in the second, but you never want to see that for a guy that's been doing it this much and had this many wars. Guys, Zabit Magomedsharipov versus Kyle Bochniak was hilarious to see. I mean, Zabit's one of the biggest up-and-coming MMA young fighters right now in the entire UFC. He's just got it all. You know, he has a grappling game. He's great on his feet, and he's great down in on the ground. And Kyle Bochniak, man, he was overmatched for sure, but he kept his head in there. He made it a fun fight. That did win fight of the night. So each of them gets a $50,000 bonus. I was completely okay with that. I thought it was a great fight. But Kyle did what he could. Like, he's a good stand-up guy, but he just that's about it. Like, he's got a ton of heart. Props to you, but if you want to stand with people like Zabit, you gotta like develop some other skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're having to fill me in because when you texted me this, I was actually asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I value my sleep. I
get that. No, I mean, and the Calvin Kattar fight was, I mean, it's what we thought it was. He just got his legs destroyed by Moshano, and that's exactly what we thought it was going to be. And you could see Kattar was getting a little distraught by the fight because, Renato was keeping away from him, keeping his distance, using his jab, using leg kicks, and, that's how he won. He wasn't going and brawling with Kattar, which is what, because that would have been to Kattar's advantage, and I totally get that. Rose Namajunas, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, awesome fight. See, and my what I was talking about with like my convictions and my predictions was I wanted Rose to win. I really did, and I should have just gone with like my initial inclination, but I thought Joanna was going to actually win. You know what I mean? I thought it was just going to be because no one. Okay, I'm going to say no one. I'm sure there's people who will be like, "Well, I do." It's fuck you. We don't know you anyway. No one would have thought Rose Namajunas would have defeated Joanna Jędrzejczyk in a kickboxing match, which is what it turned out to be. It turned into a kickboxing match because Joanna Jędrzejczyk is, a champion, a kickboxing champion, a Muay Thai champion, and Rose is not. But Rose is just, as she said in her acceptance speech or her winning speech, she just said, "I'm just better." And Rose, you're damn right. And mad props. Oh, God. And the fight that got affected more than any of them, in my opinion, this evening was Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov. I have to look at it to be able to say it. And A La Quinta. It was a good fight. It was, but there was no chance for A La Quinta. Like, even he was training to fight Paul Felder, who's got a great ground game, and he's a wrestler, and he was prepared for that. But there's a huge difference between Khabib and then Paul. And so it just didn't go his way at all. And anyone that says Khabib looked vulnerable, I just think you're wrong. I think Khabib decided, he grounded and pounded him for 2 straight rounds because Khabib's just the obvious better grappler. And then he decided to stand with Al, and he used his jab, and he just outpointed him that way too. I mean, the unanimous decision was 50-44, 50-43, 50-43. And I thought that was absolutely accurate. One hilarious thing, though, Tex, you'll appreciate this. Khabib he'll talk to his opponents. Like, this is how good this guy is, because I know you don't get the opportunity to watch UFC. But, like, he'll be on top of them, just mauling them, and he'll be talking to them. He'll go, "Just give up. Just give up.
No, he doesn't.
Let's do it. Let's go home. All right. We got to get out of here. Okay." And he, I think it was against Michael Johnson, or it might have been against Barbosa. He had Barbosa or his opponent down on the ground. He was just mauling him, just ground and pound for the usual. And it was in the second round, I believe, second or third, middle rounds. And Dana White, who's the president of the UFC, was sitting right outside the cage. And Khabib starts having a conversation with Dana White. He's like, "Dana, so I'm thinking I want this match next." And Dana's like, "You need to worry about what you're doing right now." And Khabib goes, No. This is already won. We're okay. It's okay." And
I need to YouTube that. That's amazing.
A La Quinta is balls to the wall, a crazy motherfucker, but mad props to him, because Khabib was doing this thing where when he was ground and pounding A La Quinta, he was counting off his hits. He'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A La Quinta goes, "One more."
No, he did. God, okay.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this then.
Yeah.
You think
it's great?
You think he's gonna fight McGregor?
Yeah, it's going to be Khabib versus. It has to be they have to take all of this press that they just got this past weekend and they're going to use it for
what
sure. Because, I mean, 155. No, it's perfect.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Wow, that's going to be exciting.
It absolutely worked. And I feel bad for Tony Ferguson because Tony Ferguson was the one with the belt that was supposed to fight Khabib this weekend. Anytime they needed Tony to step up and fight anyone, Kevin Lee earlier this year was a great fight, or was it end of last year? I don't remember. But it was a great fight. Kevin Lee had staph infection on his chest. It was fucking disgusting to look at, but it was a good fight. And, he had the interim title because of Conor, and even though he got injured 6 days before the fight, and he still got stripped. And we've got other champions out there, Woodley, that hasn't fought in how long? His last fight was
popularity contest. Get over it. It's money.
Yeah, but my whole thing is they stripped him too. They didn't just strip Conor; they stripped Tony as well. And Tony has literally done everything they've asked him to do. The end.
Oh well.
Is a great champion. His biggest issue was he was wearing sunglasses indoors, and that caused him to get injured.
That's pretty funny.
Because he didn't see the cable. He tripped over.
That's pretty funny. That's what you get, right?
Yeah, I mean...
There's only one person that can wear sunglasses at night, and they should make a song about it.
All right, anyway, so that was my UFC discussion.
So I can... Oh, you there? Sorry, I thought the mic was off.
No, it's fine. I just got an erection. I don't know why.
By the way, bravo. You literally went through that entire segment so fluid with those UFC names. I mean, bravo. That was great.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
So, I mean, hats off to you. And I have a hat on, so I just took it off. So,
hey, nice. All right, so enough about that. What's next? What are we chatting about?
You had the floor for a little bit. I want to tell you about the Masters. I don't know if you've ever been. Actually, I do know. I know you've never been. You told me to go kill myself or, fuck myself. One of the two.
Hey, go kill yourself.
So, long story short, I went to the Masters. It was a practice round. So I went on Tuesday. The par 3 tournament kind of challenge thing is on Wednesday. So I missed that. But I thought that was pretty cool where Jack Nicklaus, his grandson, actually had an opportunity to, I guess you could say hit the ball, whatever you call it, on the par 3. And actually, he got his first ever hole-in-one at the Masters par 3 challenge in front of his granddad and dad. I mean, how cool is that, right?
Oh, yeah. No, this Masters had some really awesome moments. I heard about one. It was on one of the holes. People were going nuts. Of course, the gallery was. It was Tom Watson was there, Jack and Gary Player were all there, and they were just giving each other shit the entire time. I heard it was hilarious.
I mean, at some point, you've been in the quote unquote club, right, for so long that you go to the Masters really to just hang out with your old friends and just shoot the shit. And how awesome is it that you get to play on literally the most exclusive golf course, I would probably say in the world. But that might be an ignorant statement because maybe I'm sure somebody's going to DM us or flag this comment, but, and point out that there's some other exclusive. But long story short, if you ever have an opportunity to go, because I was actually taken by a vendor and, basically my boss said, no, I don't want to go. I basically after I picked up my jaw off the floor and scolded him about how dumb he was for not being able to go. I said, sure. Yeah, I'll definitely, go in your place. And I think if you have an opportunity to go to the Masters, whether it's on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of just practice and hanging out, or, actually, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when the tournament is actually going, it is an experience unlike one you will ever have in your entire life. Talk about bucket list. I was walking on the course, Seb. I literally had to bend down and touch the grass because I thought it was fake. It was so green, cut so low, and was almost squishy, like fake. And I kept looking around like, where does the grass start and the fake grass end? And I'm like, no, oh, hold on. Oh no, there's dirt. Like, this is real.
It's just that fucking beautiful. Tell listeners about the peach ice cream sandwich because I want you to describe it for me again.
Peach ice cream sandwich. So whenever you go to the Masters, one thing you will notice, I was in a group of 5. We were walking around, and you know, you go to the concession stand. The one thing that everybody talks about is the ridiculously low prices you pay for anything and everything at the Masters in terms of drinking, eating, whatever. Whenever you go there, outside of the ticket cost, everything's super inexpensive. So one thing people say you have to have is a pimento cheese sandwich. So did I get one? The answer is yes. I had a pimento cheese sandwich. It was on white bread. It was literally white bread, pimento cheese, white bread. That's it. Super boring, but just good. Like it was what it was. At the end, right? At the end of this line that you walk through, they have a little refrigerator, for ice cream and whatnot. I grabbed what I thought was just an ice cream sandwich that was white, like a vanilla ice cream sandwich. Little did I know it was like a peach vanilla sugar cookie heaven sandwich. So think about like an M&M cookie, that one that you always get with the ice cream, the thick, like inch thick ice cream in the middle, and then, cookie like a sandwich like that. Am I describing that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that, but just 10 times better. I mean, the cookie itself was soft, was amazing. The peach was not anywhere near overwhelming. It was actually subtle enough to where you had to look at the package to say, hey, what's that other flavor? It was just the right size. It melted at a perfect rate for being out in the Masters. I think it was like 75 that day. So, it didn't just immediately melt in your hands. I mean, Seb, it was, if I could have brought one back, I would have. I would have given it right to you, man.
No, you're fucking lying to me. Your kids would have had that from you before I could do anything.
Well, yeah, but not by choice. I mean, my youngest is a monster. So, long story short, I think it was really cool. This is the first time in almost 2 years that we've seen Tiger look borderline good going through a tournament. And not only that, he didn't look like he was hurting at all. He made it through. He didn't get cut. I mean, there was yesterday.
No, he made it through today. He ended at a +1, which is he shot a 69 today. That's
great.
That's great for him. He's a little rusty. He's older. He's just going to have to adapt his game, and I think give him some more time, another 6 months. I think next year, if his health remains, we could definitely see Tiger making another run at it. I did just Facebook message you a recipe for a copycat Georgia peach ice cream sandwich.
I mean, I'll take a look at it, but
I'm going to try to make it this weekend.
You can't copy perfection. So
you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to try, damn it. I want one so bad. All right. I love it. I got to go to the fucking Masters.
We'll go next year.
All right.
Seriously.
Totally down. Totally down.
Anyways, let's move on from that and talk about the Rams. The Rams made another one of those big splashes. You and I have talked about this before. Personally, I'm on the fence right now. I'm kind of scared because the Rams are so far in on this next year, 2018, the one that we're currently in, or whatever, the next season, that I think it could go opposite for them. And I mean, there's a thing of making too many moves. And they traded with the Patriots for a first-round draft pick. The Rams gave their first-round draft pick for Brandon Cooks. If you guys are not aware, Brandon Cooks was traded from the Saints before the start of last season to the Patriots.
Yep, for a first-round pick.
First-round pick.
For the 32nd, right?
Which ended up, because they beat the Falcons 28-3. At one point it was 28-3, and then the Patriots came back and won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. So, so here's the crazy thing: the Patriots ended up getting they made out better on this trade. They traded the 32nd pick for Brandon Cooks. Then they traded Brandon Cooks after one season to the Rams for what, the 26th pick? Something like that?
Something like that.
So, I mean, how do the Patriots always do this? I hate them.
Dude, man, the Patriots are playing chess while everyone else is playing fucking checkers. That's really the only explanation I have for you, to be honest with you.
And
By the way, it was the 23rd pick. 23rd pick.
23rd pick. This is ridiculous. I can't remember the last time the Patriots had 2 first-round draft picks going into the draft. So
Yeah.
they didn't lose anything on that Brandon Cooks deal. They basically just rented him for a year, and now the Rams gave up their number 1 pick, their first-round draft pick, for a guy on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. I get it. You're all in for 2018. Dude, this could go really, really badly for the Rams. I'm sorry. I just think it's too many moves, man.
No, I mean, I'm right there with you. I absolutely think it is. It could be too much, but I mean, at the same time, we've seen it work out in other sports. Look at the Yankees. It works out sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. The Warriors, it's definitely worked out for them pretty well so far. Of course, the biggest difference between, I guess you could say, the Warriors and the Rams, number one, in football and NBA, the roster is just so completely, not even comparable.
Right.
But and a lot of not a lot, but the Warriors had a lot of homegrown talent, and then they brought in K-Dubs. But I don't know, man.
Are you going to say super team? Yes or no?
No, because the last time someone mentioned super team in the fucking NFL, it turned into the Philadelphia Eagles with Michael Vick, Nnamdi Asomugha, and that whole crew that just did not go well. I think they went 8-8.
Yeah, this team is, on paper, I feel way better than that team was on paper. Yeah. And I mean, in my opinion, you had Vic, who was, fresh out of jail, and Asomugha, who was ridiculously overhyped as far as a cornerback is concerned. I mean, he was out of the league 2 years after he signed a huge, massive free agency contract. So,
right.
As far as super team, though, I mean, the moves that these guys have made, again, on paper, make you say, wow, there's absolutely no way they could screw this up. But football is a different creature.
But the thing
right?
is this. No matter what you're thinking about the Rams right now, there's still other teams that are going to compete. Like it's just
for sure.
It's just
any given Sunday.
And the whole thing is, the Patriots right now, they have 2 first-round picks. They have 2 second-round picks. It's like, come on. It
kind of smells like a rebuild, though. Kind of smells like a rebuild.
No, it smells like Connor Williams and Leighton Van Der Esch if they don't move up. And then it smells like, fixing up any secondary problems in the second round with, trading up from the 11th pick or the 43rd, the 11th pick in the second round for Isaiah Oliver or something. And that fixes the fucking Malcolm Butler shit. And then, or Carlton Davis, and then they're just right back in it, because at the end of the day, it's still fucking Tom Brady. It's still Bill Belichick.
It is. That's a lot of young. We could have said it smells like teen spirit. How about that?
Nice.
But is that good?
Did you have any thoughts on them signing Jordan Matthews?
I think you're gonna like
apparently healthy.
Cliche. The Patriots always do this, dude. Every single year they do this. They'll sign a fringe free agents, player who they play Moneyball, right? Like that's essentially what they do. Jordan Matthews. Any other team, he's probably going to do 600 yards. He'll go to the Patriots with Tom Brady and put up 1,200. So, yeah, we'll see. Every year I want to doubt Tom Brady, and then he ends up having an MVP
again.
Or wins the Super Bowl. So, I think this could be that year, though. I've been saying that past 3-4 years.
Hopefully.
So I'm just going to keep. I can't leave the bandwagon. This is the year Tom Brady falls off the cliff. They've got 2 first, 2 second round picks. They're going to be rebuilding this team next year. They could be drafting around like the 15. I'm just saying, dude. I'm saying it. They could be drafting around the 15th spot. Prime location to move up for a quarterback as Tom Brady gets traded or, somehow gets mauled by llamas when he's on a photo shoot. You never know. So,
yeah. I mean, last time they had 2 first-round picks and they went after Dante Hightower and Chandler Jones. They did lose in the AFC Championship to the Ravens, so it didn't go super well.
Yeah, but they're always in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, no. I feel like I'm just not super hyped about the AFC this year, except for the Jaguars.
The AFC could be the NBA East. The NFC right now is the NBA West. Speaking of NBA, are the playoffs ever going to come?
Yeah, very soon. We have, I think, 4 games left, 5 games left. We're at that point in the season where teams are clinching playoff berths. We're that close.
Or clinching their butt to try and make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, my whole thing is, why are you, if you're going to get an 8 seed, why are you even...
Why are you even what?
Not trying, but wouldn't you rather have the lottery pick?
Yeah. But see, even if you have the lottery pick, your chances right outside of the 8th are ridiculously low in comparison to somebody like the Suns, who have the most odds to win. And then, everybody knows the lottery is fixed, so it doesn't really matter.
Cleveland
right?
Somehow going to get it again this year or some shit.
Or the Celtics being the 4th, best chance, and they're like, oh, the Celtics got it.
Somehow the Celtics are going to win the East. I mean, have gotten another lottery. It's some crazy ass shit like that. Tell me about some teams that you're excited about that you think could have the best chance to be spoilers in the upcoming NBA playoffs.
Well, so I don't know if they have the best chance to be a spoiler because they're the number 1 seed, but I'm really hoping the Raptors do something in these playoffs, man.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Listen, you love the Cavaliers and LeBron James. I don't love the Cavaliers and LeBron James. I love storylines. So if LeBron makes it to the finals again, I mean, I'm on my knees. Anytime he walks by, I hold my head down, I keep my arms low, and then I raise up and I say, I am not worthy. I am not worthy, right? But I'm also at the same time rooting so hard for LeBron James to be out in the first or second round of these playoffs, man. I am ready I'm ready for it, dude. Because listen, the NBA West is ridiculous. Okay? Ridiculous. If LeBron James doesn't go to the finals, then the West is going to win. We're going to get through these finals pretty quickly. And I'm ready for LeBron James to pick the 76ers. Because you and I both talked about it friggin' 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So,
if you guys never heard that episode, guys, what we did is we picked our guess was this: if Philadelphia won the fucking Super Bowl, LeBron was going to Philadelphia. The end.
Was going to Philadelphia.
Which,
that was it.
I mean, it's not a bad place for him to be. My biggest question would be, Ben Simmons is a facilitator because he can't shoot, but he's that kind of point guard, and I'm just thinking LeBron likes to be in that control. He likes to be the facilitator and be the point guy, and would that kind of clash with Ben Simmons in the way he plays?
Here's the thing. I think LeBron James is also extremely self-aware of where he is as far as his time in the NBA, and he could go to the Sixers and be almost like a Dwayne Wade complement to the LeBron James when LeBron went to the Heat. In terms of, I'm not going to say he's that washed up, right? LeBron James is still playing at a ridiculously high caliber,
for sure,
but he could change the way that he approaches the game as kind of like a nod or a respect to Ben Simmons. And can you imagine those 3 players on a team? You don't even have to make a phone call.
Can you imagine those 4 players on the team? Because Markelle Fultz has actually been playing very well.
Can you imagine those 3 players and you could trade Markelle Fultz?
So what's it going to take? the biggest question is this: what's it going to take for you to admit that I was right about the Markelle Fultz thing?
Him to actually be good.
He is good. He's been playing
He's
well.
Not. He hasn't even played half of a season. He's played less games than, I don't even know if something derogatory enough for me to say right now. But like that, if you can think of something really dumb, that's the comparison. So give him a few years. Okay. I just don't like the fact that he came in and changed his shot. It doesn't make sense to me, Seb. I hate it.
I know.
So, to answer your question from 5 minutes ago, I'm really stoked for the Raptors because I hope the Raptors can put it all together, and if they end up meeting the Cavaliers in the postseason, that they can beat the Cavaliers, send LeBron James home or to Philly to purchase his house, and then start making some moves.
No. LeBron James doesn't buy houses. He buys mansions. He buys land to build the house.
That's very true.
Yeah.
He could probably buy Allen Iverson's house, but it's in foreclosure.
Well, I was thinking West Philadelphia. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. What about? Yeah, give me a team. Who are you really excited for? I went borderline cliche, but it's the Raptors, and they're never in any type of discussion.
Yeah,
so
they're really not. I mean, because everyone just assumes that once they get to the playoffs, they're just going to implode like they have. Like, because LeBron, they're his little bitch. That's it. There's a couple of teams I'm kind of excited about. I think the Pacers actually are a good scrappy team. Oladipo I think he's just good. He's a lot better than people gave him credit for, and he's really showed it this year. It'll be interesting to see him with the possibility of some better players on that Pacers team. The Jazz. I love the Jazz. I just do.
You've been talking about the Jazz a lot.
Man. I'm just excited about what the Jazz can do. They could possibly get the 3rd seed this year. It could just, I don't know, man. And it's interesting that they've done this without Gordon Hayward. Like, can you imagine this team with Gordon Hayward?
Or
not injured.
Can you imagine
Gordon Hayward?
Is this team performing because they don't have Gordon Hayward?
That's entirely true. Maybe he was just a life suck. I don't know, man. With Rudy Gobert, and then Donovan Mitchell up there, and then the Spanish point guard, I can never remember his name. Ricky Rubio. I love Ricky Rubio. I've always loved Ricky Rubio. No, he can't shoot. He'll get hot streaks occasionally, but rest of the time, just don't shoot jump shots, which is fine because his passing is just like probably top 5 in the league. Honestly, he's that good, up there with LeBron and Ben Simmons. And I'm just excited to see what they could do. I'm predicting that we're going to see either the Warriors or the Rockets lose to not each other.
I definitely feel that sense around the Warriors that like this isn't going to be their year. And it's funny to say that because I think last year and the year before, people were talking about, man, this team won't miss a championship for the next 5 to 7 years. And, I was sitting there saying, well, nothing is forever. And people said that about Kobe and
diamonds are forever, Tex.
That was a beer burp.
This is a good one.
I don't know if that was even a good interjection. I probably should have muted my mic because, hold on, I'm going to wipe it off. I just wiped off my mic. Yeah, nothing is forever except for you and I.
Ooh.
We're immortal.
Nice.
Or we're mortal.
We're Hancock. We are Charlize Theron and Will Smith in Hancock. Can I be Will Smith though? That's the question.
Tell me this: why didn't you say Bagger Vance?
Because it's not forever. Like, he died.
No, he didn't. He literally walked off into a sunset.
No, he died.
No,
like, he burned up in the sun. That's what that was.
By the way, side note, I'm totally chasing rabbits right now. I kept walking up to I didn't tell you this. This is actually going to be pretty funny. So I kept walking up to all the girls that were working the Masters, and I would walk up to them and go, hey, do you know how Bagger did today, Bagger Vance? And the people I were with were dying. And the girls would always be like, you know what? No, I didn't catch that. or information is right around the corner, or no, I've been working, here in the gift shop, or the concession stand, and I just walk up to random people.
Yeah, you did tell me about that one that was like, oh my God, why are you in here? This is the girls' bathroom. Get out.
Yeah, but I had to ask the question.
Ma'am, like knocking on the stall door. Ma'am, hello, could you tell me how Bagger did today? Bagger Vance?
Do you know how Bagger did today, Bagger Vance? Do you know, what time he teed off or anything? No, don't know. I'm sure he's doing well. It's practice round, so you
By
can't
the way,
do that.
how long has it been since you've seen that movie?
Solid 15 years.
Yeah. All right, I want you to do this. We're going to play this game. Give me your top 3 Will Smith movies.
Top 3?
Yep.
Will Smith. 7 Pounds is not one of the top 3. I really like, oh crap. Damn it. I really wish you wouldn't have done this to me. What's the one where like it's the end of the world? Legend. I Am Legend. I will watch that one every time. Okay. Will Smith movie. Ali was not another one. Ali is not.
I thought he did a great job in that movie. It was just not enough fighting,
Yeah.
I want to see more boxing.
I don't know. Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Because I like Will Smith.
It's fine. Just IMDb it real quick, and we'll talk about it. I just want to talk about this.
Will Smith movies. He's fucking Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
I Am Legend. Actually, this is going to be an interesting one. Concussion. I thought he did an amazing job in that movie.
Nice.
Seriously.
Yeah.
If I'm going to throw it back. Oh, I'm an idiot, dude. You're going to frickin' just call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Bad Boys.
Nice. I was hoping
you can't. Dude,
it's so good. That and the second one are so good. My name is Mike Lowry.
Lowry.
When I come with the thunder,
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. I wrap Bad Boys 1 and 2 together. So yeah. I would probably say Bagger Vance is up there. Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Kaya Leone in Bad Boys 1. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
like
hot.
Unfair.
Like unfair white girl hot. Like if anyone walks in that room, yeah, never mind. That would go a little deep. Anyway,
by the way, Will Smith movie that is highly underrated.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West.
You know what? I'm right there with you. A lot of people shit on that movie. I think it's fun. That's the point. Like I love Kenneth Branagh. He's great as I can't even think of the name of the character.
His name? Yeah. I don't know it either, but
I'm gonna look it up right now. Loveless. That's right.
Loveless.
Loveless. And it is a pleasure to meet you, ma'am. Oh God, Kenneth Branagh does such a good job. Enemy of the State.
Yes, another good one. And you know what? That one that didn't have really good reviews either.
I love that movie though. I think it's a great movie.
We just went on a solid 5-minute tangent about Will Smith.
Well, sometimes life leads us to different places. I actually liked Hancock, by the way. I thought it was a fun movie. I like Jason Bateman. What can I do?
Okay, cool. You literally your support for liking a Will Smith movie is naming somebody besides Will Smith being in the movie.
Did you see Bright?
I did not, but it's really weird because is that like an extension from Suicide Squad?
No, not at all.
But it's confusing to me. Why are you doing all of these roles that are like similar?
They're not. Suicide Squad, he plays Deadshot. It's like
I get that, but then Bright, there's a blue guy in the background. It confuses me, makes me think that he's from the Suicide Squad.
You got to watch it, man. It's got Joel, not Olstein. I always want to call him Olstein, even though Joel Olstein does play an orc in Bright for sure. Joel Edgerton. Yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I like movies like that. Don't get me wrong, guys. I can get into like a serious movie, like just
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness, something to make you cry. God, I cried like a bitch in that movie. Jesus.
Yeah, it's Will Smith. Men in Black, dude. Will has a lot of good movies. I just don't know. I judge a movie on its greatness on how many times I would be willing to watch it again, right? And Men in Black, while good and throws me back to being much younger, isn't one of those movies that like I'm going to sit down if it's on TNT and watch it. But Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 3.
I'm probably going to put that on actually when we wrap this up. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to end up watching the first one again.
Do you want to have a date?
Dude, we're going to date night, bro. We're going to bro night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then how about we do something that we've never done before and wrap it up, right? You and me. Just let's wrap up this podcast.
Wrap it and tap it.
Let's get off the phone.
You meant wrap up the podcast. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what you know what I'm saying? Like wrap it up. Like
okay.
We've never done that before. Let's wrap it up.
Not into that.
Let these people get going. We're gonna finish our beers off camera because we're on the radio, which makes complete sense. And I'm gonna say this, dude. Bad Boys for life.
Bad Boys for life. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our podcast. That's our thoughts. If you disagree, agree. We don't care. But let us know about it. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on our website, www.thebackups.com. We are The Backups on social media, man. The Backups with the Z. You can find us on iTunes. Please subscribe. Please leave us a review and let us know what we can work on, or, tell us about your whatever.
Your whatever. Tell us about it.
Tell us your thoughts. Who's your team? Tell us about who your team is and who you're hoping they'll pick. We're going to tell you why that's correct or why that's incorrect, and then we can have a nice discussion.
What about best Will Smith movie? Can you just leave a review on what you thought the best Will Smith movie was?
There you go. Tell us, what is your favorite fucking Will Smith movie, folks? That's what we want to know. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, pretty much all the major podcast carriers, you guys.
Subscribe.
Bad Boys for life.
You've been listening to the Backups Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, find us on iTunes, and visit the website at www.thebackups.com with a Z for more.